This is Don, and this is ThaDonTalk. Kawhi Leonard has returned to the Toronto Raptors after 7 years in LA from leaving the team in 2019 after he captured their first championship. Kawhi Leonard is going back to the Toronto Raptors. Kawhi Leonard was traded back to the Toronto Raptors for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 unprotected first-round picks, 1 2027 first-round pick swap, and 2 second-round picks in 2030 and 2033. Kawhi Leonard is going back. I feel like Kawhi Leonard returning to the Toronto Raptors was a good move on his part, man, because he wasn't gonna get nothing done in LA. Everything was dried up there. You could really tell that there was really showing that they were gonna have a rebuild, which that's really what they did in the draft and everything. But him going back was just another sign that Kawhi's trying to go back to where he's familiar at and try to win a championship again, because now the team that he's on, they have an actual good chance to come out the East. And now pairing him and Scotty Barnes together, that's going to be a tough defense. That's going to be a real tough defense, because now with Scotty Barnes out there and Kawhi Leonard, they're going to be able to lock stuff down like Michael and Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen out there. A lot of people, they might not know what Kawhi Leonard can do, but I've watched Kawhi Leonard over the years, and he's an actual good player, man. He's a Finals MVP. He won in Toronto off the first year he went there after him requesting a trade from San Antonio. He won the first season he went there, man. And Kawhi Leonard, he did some legendary stuff, because most people don't just win the first time they go to the team that they've been traded to. And, you know, when he left the Spurs, it was a lot of drama that went on with Kawhi and the franchise, San Antonio. And by them trading him there, I felt like they tried to punish Kawhi. But really, it turned out to be the best thing for him. Not only did he get that legendary title run in the playoffs, and especially in Philadelphia, you know, everyone calls it the bounce. Now, with him winning the game on the last second shot that bounced around the rim a couple times and fell in, now he's back. But this time, expectations are different. The Raptors have already collected a lot of young talent now. Kawhi, he's going to bring elite defense, championship experience, and one of the calmest, most clutchest mentalities in the NBA, man. If you've seen Kawhi, man, you can know and you can tell how calm he is. He don't really talk that much. He really about his business, man. He just do what he got to do on the court, off the court. He move in silence. That's what kind of person he is. A lot of people, they see Kawhi and they don't really know how to read him or whatever, because, you know, he don't talk that much. He don't really like talking. He just like to keep his circle small. But if Kawhi Leonard can stay healthy, they actually have a chance, man. They really have a chance. And I don't really think a lot of people are counting Toronto as one of the teams over there, but if I were them, I would take them serious. I would take them serious now, man. Because now with Kawhi there, hey, they're going to be a problem. And I feel like a lot of basketball fans, they got to respect him. They got to respect him for what he did. Because everything that he meant, that means to that Toronto Raptors team, it's all because Kawhi Leonard went there off of 1 year. 1 year and won them a championship that nobody expected to happen. Nobody expected him to win them that championship. And I didn't even expect it. Really. And with him doing that, he got a lot of respect for that. Not only did he do it then, he had already won a championship when he was on the Spurs. And if I'm not mistaken, he got Finals MVP then when he was on the San Antonio Spurs. But, everybody gonna talk and say whatever. But if you actually know sports, you know what's really up, man. You know what them boys actually did in Toronto. But with this new Toronto team, they're going to actually have a real chance because they're going to have Emmanuel Quickly at point guard. They're going to have R.J. Barrett probably at the 2, then Kawhi at the 3, Scotty Barnes at the 4, and Jakobs Portal, the center. They're going to have him at center, or they could go with Kylie Murray-Boyles. They gonna that lineup brings elite perimeter defense with Kawhi and Barnes. They've got reliable scoring with Kawhi, Quickly, and R.J. Barrett. They got some speed and playmaking with Quickly, and they got some good interior defense depending on what big they go with. But if Kawhi can stay healthy, hey man, they gonna be a force to be reckoned with out there in the East, man. So they better, the NBA, man, the Eastern Conference, they better get prepared for it. Because I'm trying to tell you, they gonna be something to play with, man. They ain't gonna be nothing to play with, really. And for all those people who just be saying Kawhi Leonard, he load manage, yeah, he do. He do be load managing, He do what he got to do to get by. But, hey, if he do load manage and he get it done like he did in 2019, it's going to be incredible, man. It's really going to be incredible. So, now that he's back, hey, it's time to put up or shut up. And Kawhi Leonard, he's all about his business, like I said. He going to go out there, do what he got to do, and get it done, man. But as far as the trade, though, the standpoint of the trade, Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, I feel like it was a pretty good trade for Toronto. For the Clippers, we shall see. But for Toronto, it was good. But on the Clippers, for the Clipper side of it, they get Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick. Brandon Ingram, he did not have a good playoff series this year. He did not have a good playoff series, but he was kind of hurt. So if you want to put that out there and, take that into consideration, hey, he was kind of injured. But I can tell you one thing, though. If you out there on that court, nobody going to care if you injured or not. Because if you injured, you shouldn't be out there on the court. That's what a lot of people say. But it's always two sides to the story, really. He could have, wanted to go out there to try to fight for his team. And he could have not went out there and, did it that way too, which he did do that some of the series. I don't think he played like 1 or 2 games in that series. But either way, man, they lost. And, he's traded now and he's back in LA. Because when his career first started, he was drafted by the Lakers. Now he's playing for the arch rival, the Clippers. But Toronto, for this upcoming season, they should begin to run it. I could see them being a top 5, top 6 team in the Eastern Conference this season with this trade, because Kawhi Leonard, he brings a lot to the team, man. He really does. He brings a lot to the team. But now he's back. Like I said before, he's back and the expectations are different with a little young talent. You know, the move, it wasn't cheap. They had to give up, Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick and multiple picks. But I feel like it was a good deal. The biggest question is going to be health with Kawhi Leonard, man. If he's healthy and he stays on the floor, there's a chance they can make another deep playoff run. But if Kawhi Leonard's hurt and he's load managing and he misses the playoffs or something, yeah, they're not going anywhere without him. But one thing is certain, man. Toronto has his superstar back. The arena's going to be electric again. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. Is Kawhi Leonard's return enough to bring another championship to Toronto? Or did the Raptors give up too much to make this trade work? But this is done. And this is the ThaDonTalk. We out. Until next time. Peace.